Hey, y'all. How are you? It's Deanne Joy for the Daily Joy Jam. Come on in, say hello, join the party. A little bit of a lower key party today, but come on in, say hello, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Come on in and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you're doing today. How are you doing really? That's my question. How are you doing really? I'm trying to see if this is streaming here on my page. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Do me a favor, click like and click share so that this message gets out to more people. I look awfully tired. It was a long night and not a whole lot of sleep. And I'll share with you why that is. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. So, hey, how are you guys doing today? Good to see you. So it's the Daily Joy Jam, and I wanted to just share some real real life, and because what I teach my my clients and my community is that I've been doing this work for 26 years, personal development work, personal growth, self-growth work. In addition to being a clinical therapist, I've been on my own personal development journey since I was 24. And it doesn't matter how long you have done this work and been on this journey of digging deep and growing and evolving, becoming a bit better version of yourself, learning, the deeper layers of yourself. Life still throws you curveballs, and we're still human beings in that. And so, what I always, teach my clients and my community is that I am right here navigating this journey right along with you. And so, I'm very transparent about what my journey is, because what I know is that when I am authentic and real and raw and vulnerable and just sharing the humanness of my journey, it gives others permission to do the same. And it gives others permission to just give themselves some fucking grace and permission to just be human in this crazy journey. So if you have seen my posts recently, you may have seen that I've had several family members that have had COVID, and two that were hospitalized. One was my stepfather, and he just had a complicated course, and last night he passed away. And the nature of this right now, the nature of dealing with, the anxiety of this pandemic, and, the fear of getting it, and losses that are, seem to be, increasing, exponentially by the day. What's so complex about it, and what sucks so much about dealing with grief right now and losing anyone right now, is that you can't do it. Then you can't be with people. You can't be with your loved ones, today is my 42nd wedding anniversary. My husband died 3 years ago. It's an effing tough day. God bless you. Tell me who that is, because it's just showing me Facebook user. It's not showing me. I totally get it. And this may, this may give you some, some relief to that grief and anxiety. And, the thing is that, what's really hard about all of this right now is, whether it's losing someone right now, and, the challenge of, and please, by the way, if you're just hopping on, please say hello. Let me know where you're joining from, and please share this. So many people need this message right now. And so please do me a big favor and share this out. Oh, thank you. Suhashini. Oh gosh, I so want to say your name correctly. Suhashini. I know that I've just got to be mutilating that, but thank you so much. I appreciate that message. Um, here's the thing. Hey, Bren, how are you? I thought it might be you. Hi, Laura, how are you? I don't know why it's not showing me who you guys are. Oh, Suhashini, I'm so glad that I said it correctly. Okay, good. Um, so, what is so multi-layered of this is that it's really hard to not be able to be with your loved ones right now, right? We were, and God bless the healthcare workers right now. My stepdad was in the hospital for over a week. I think I'm lost track of days. Um, and the hardest thing about it is just knowing that he was there alone and confused and not well. And the nurses that were taking care of him were just amazing. And I just can't imagine. And last night, yesterday, we got to be on FaceTime. And I got to see the nurses that were taking care of him in their hazmat suits, with their face shields and, the whole thing, everything. And just got to see face to face and just say thank you for helping to navigate this and for taking on all these extra layers of responsibility and weight in all of this, and plus just being really stretched beyond and near capacity, if not at capacity, and dealing with all the stuff they're dealing with in their own lives. I'm just so grateful to them. So it's a hard time to go through something like this. Here's what I want you to know. What happens with grief is that there are layers of it, right? And it is multi-layered. And so like Bryn just said, it's the 42nd anniversary of her wedding anniversary, and her husband died 3 years ago. It's a tough day. And anniversaries and new losses and new triggers for that will trigger those old losses, and it will layer it on top of one another. And so Susan says, I'm so sorry to hear the loss of your stepfather. In times when we need each other the most for strength and comfort, we can't get that face to face. Online just isn't the same. I can't hug my computer. Well, I can, but it's not much comfort. I know, Susan. I just was thinking the same thing when I got your message that, you just want a big hug. And, it's so true. I was trying to figure out last night how I could hug my sister, and it's all so multi-layered right now, y'all. So here's what I know is that, why I am here right now, showing up today. Like, I look like I haven't slept a whole lot, because I haven't slept a whole lot. And why I'm showing up here today and why I'm sharing this message is because, one, there are still people that are not taking this thing seriously enough. And I want people to know that I wouldn't wish this on anyone, to have to be on phone and FaceTime when someone that you love is dying. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And so, part of it is just sharing that message. Like, we've got to take this seriously. And part of it is also because, what is most important to me right now in this moment is exercising the control that I do have, right? There's a lot that I have to surrender to, because there's a whole lot that I don't have control over right now, right? I don't have control over the fact that I couldn't be there, that I can't be with my family, and that I don't have control over the fact that this fucking disease, and this pandemic is spreading like wildfire. I can't control other people's behaviors. If people are still out, and there are still far too many people that are still out doing life and not practicing basic safety, I cannot control those things. I can't control, the reality that, this was preventable. and so many deaths are right now, and that's a hard thing to reckon. It's just the anger of this is, this shouldn't be happening. This is preventable. All of this shouldn't be happening. So all of that is layered on top of this, and yet what I know is that the thing that I do have control over right now is how it is that I choose to move forward. So I got up today. You can't tell at all, but I did put a little bit of makeup on because I know that I will not go lay down in bed if I have makeup on. So I know that I won't go back to bed now because I put makeup on. That's why I got makeup on today. Because what I know is that my job right now, like the most important thing that I could be doing is sharing my own journey as someone who does this work and facilitates this work, is sharing my own journey and supporting other people right now because so many people are needing it. And there is such an urgency right now to the work that I do to help people to, stop living in their past, to release, the pain of their past, to, to heal their own lives, their own woundedness, to experience forgiveness and peace and joy and release, all of those things, to not live with regret. Because what we all know right now is that we don't have, this is, right in our face, we don't ever have control. We're not born with an expiration date stamped on the bottoms of our feet. However, right now it's really clear, like, oh my goodness, it's right in my face how little control I actually have. So, what I know is necessary for me to be able to continue to move forward and honor my stepfather and his legacy, just as a compassionate, caring, loving, giving, accepting person, is to continue to do the work that I do and continue to show up. And so what that requires is that I surrender to what is. Because what I know is that when I get into the anger and the grief and the anxiety, it's because I'm resisting what is. There are all kinds of feelings. I am all up in my feelings, trust me. There are all kinds of feelings that are surfacing. And so what I have to do right now is give myself permission to feel them, because it does not do me any good to shove it down, ignore it, pretend that it's not there. I've got to acknowledge each bit of it and just fully experience it so that I can move forward. And there are some ways that I can do that that are healthier and more productive than others. And what I know right now is that so many people are feeling alone. And I understand it. I am with you. I'm feeling it. And I was trying to figure out how to navigate it last night with my own family, right? We're feeling so alone and so disconnected right now. And, and I understand that anxiety can get the best of us. However, that's not going to serve any of us. It's not, because it doesn't allow us to make good choices. It doesn't allow us to heal what it is that we're not acknowledging. Because when you are in resistance, you're not acknowledging what is. And the only way that you can heal what it is that is there, that's trying to come up to be healed, is to be willing to take a look at it and stare it in the face. And anxiety is something that that attempts to allow us to run from that. Anxiety is a preoccupation with things that haven't even happened yet, a preoccupation that keeps us from being in our own stuff, that keeps us from actually looking truthfully, authentically, honestly at our own stuff. So here's what I want to do really quickly. I'm going to go just a little bit over. I wanted to keep this to 15 minutes. However, for those of you that want to stay on, what I'm going to do is a quick tapping for releasing the anxiety and the stress of, whether it's grief, anxiety, of COVID or losing someone, or whether you're navigating your own losses. Know that now is not a time to be alone and to navigate it alone. Yes, we need to be physically, right, distant from one another. However, we don't need to be alone. And there are ways to do that. So get support right now. If you or someone you know is struggling, get support. Get into a community, get support from a counselor, a coach, a mentor, a therapist, someone that can support you and just hold space for you to just acknowledge the feelings that you're having. We can't just ignore them and run from them. So, by the way, before I do this tapping session here, I'm going to, and this is going to be just maybe 5 to 7 minutes or so, so it's not real long. I did want to let you know tomorrow I'm going to be doing a live masterclass. It's going to live stream in both of my groups. There's no registration required in the Choose Joy group and the Fierce and Fired Up group for leaders. That is on how to not feel crazy when the world is crazy around you. And it's more about this, about grounding yourself and keeping in and taking action every day to keep yourself grounded in peace and calm and clarity. So if that's something that is of interest to you, I would encourage you to join those groups. Don't do it at the last minute because you have to request membership, and I won't have time to approve it at the last minute. So that's at 1:30 tomorrow. If you'd like to join that, 1:30 Central Time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this tapping session. So if you're not familiar with tapping, just follow along and don't do this just follow along. And it looks a little weird, it looks odd, but it's based on the same theory as acupuncture, which is just that there are energy meridians in our body, and that those energy meridians get blocked. It's kind of like our neurology is like, it's on fire. And so what this does is it resets our neurology. What I want to encourage you to do right now is do one of two things. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you the tapping points on the face because I've just washed my hands. However, if you haven't washed your hands, please don't do this on your face. I'm going to show you in a second where you can do it so it's not on your face. But if you're able to wash your hands, keep your hands clean, and you want to do the face points, go ahead and wash them right now. And if you haven't, please don't do that. Just wait a second and I'll tell you where you can, how else you can tap through it, okay? So all you're gonna do is follow me and you're gonna repeat the phrases that I'm repeating, even if they don't fully resonate, just trust and repeat them. And what this process does is it resets our nervous system, okay? So the tapping points, if you have washed your hands or are able to right now, the eyebrow, right inside the eyebrow, the side of the eye, under the eye, and that's on the bony part, not like inside the eye cavity, under the nose and under the mouth at the same time, the collarbone, under the arm, like I know it looks weird, I know if you're not familiar with this, but I promise you it's crazy magical. Under the arm, like right where your bra strap is, or about 3 inches below the armpit. And then the insides of the wrist, each hand will tap inside the wrist, and then the top of the head. Okay. All right. So, so you can feel free to do those tapping points. If you haven't been able to wash your hands, I'm just going to have you go ahead and tap on this point right here, and then just repeat after me. Okay. And what I want you to do first actually is, if you're on live or on the replay, I want you to just go ahead and close your eyes if you're able to safely. If not, save this video to your timeline, share it to your timeline, and then you can come back to it at a time that it's safe to do it. But I want you to just go ahead and scan your body. Close your eyes for a moment and just scan your body. And notice where you're carrying anxiety, tension, grief, overwhelm, sadness, whatever kind of emotion you're feeling right now. Notice where you're carrying it in your body. Notice any sensations in your body, whether you're carrying it in your neck, your shoulders, behind your eyes, in your head, your stomach, and just your nerves. And then just rate on a scale of 0 to 10, how much is this feeling? How much is this bothering you now? 0 being not at all, 10 being worst it could possibly be. And then what I want you to do is just put in the chat for me, put in the comments for me what your number is right now, because we're going to come back to that in a moment. Okay. Now, typically I teach you not to focus on what you don't want. But with tapping, with this particular technique, we actually want to tune in and acknowledge our fears and anxieties in order to release and heal them so that we can move towards those positive healing emotions. Okay, so tapping on the side of the hand, and again, if you've washed your hands and you want to tap on the face points, you're welcome to do that. Even though I have all this fear in my body, just repeat after me. Even though I have all this fear in my body, In this moment, I choose to relax and feel safe. Still on the side of the hand, even though part of me is so anxious and overwhelmed, I choose to relax and feel safe now. Good. Even though I have all this stress in my body, I choose to relax and feel safe now. Good. Now we're going to go right to the collarbone. Just and again, in case you haven't washed your hands, we're going to go right to the top collarbone. And if you can go ahead and close your eyes if it's safe to do so. Okay, feeling safe in your body. Feeling like maybe you're even having a breath for the first time in days or even weeks. And just take a breath. Maybe it's just a little deeper than it was before we started tapping. Just tapping on these points, feeling safe in your body. Maybe it feels like you haven't even taken a breath for the last week or the last month. And just take that breath now. Letting go of this stress and anxiety, that grip of fear. The insides of the wrist, feeling safe in your body now. Just tapping gently, breathing gently, feeling safe in your body. Letting go of this pent-up anxiety, this stress, this overwhelm, this fear. Good. Just choosing to relax and feel safe now. Good. And just finding a place of peace. Good. And again, if this is your first time tapping, just follow along. Just tapping on these endpoints of these meridians, it sends a calming signal because our brains, our amygdala, that fight or flight response in our nervous system right now is firing on overdrive. And it sets our nervous system into overdrive. And so what this does is it resets our nervous system. Okay? Gently breathing. Gently feeling safe in your body. It's okay to feel afraid. It's okay to feel anxious. And it's okay to let it go. So, hold on here. It's okay to let it go. That fear, that anxiety, it's okay to let it go. And now just tap right here on the insides of the wrist. And this is a good point for when you're feeling for anxiety, when you're wanting to feel safe in your own body. Because when we relax, we feel safe. And when we are relaxed, we can boost our own immune systems, right? So it's so critical right now to release stress and anxiety. And this is your opportunity right now to not go into fear. This is your time to dig deeper, to connect more, even though it's challenging, to take steps to keep yourself and others safe, but then also to trust and to not allow yourself to get pulled into fear, because it will deplete your immune system right now, and that won't serve anyone. So just tapping and breathing. Just tapping and breathing. Just take this moment to let go. and just connecting to emotions of love and hope and healing, just connecting to those emotions. And just connecting to, imagining right now all of us being connected, and everyone, here and everyone throughout the world that's watching live or on the replay, feeling connected with one another. And if we all were able to collectively tap into that synergy, that emotion of hope and that emotion of connectedness, so that we're not feeling isolated. If we set all of our intention to heal those that are suffering, to heal those that are scared, to bring peace to those in need, to imagine the world coming together and finding healing. And just connect to that feeling. Connect to that feeling in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit. Connect to that divine guidance, whatever that is for you, God, spirit, universe, whatever that is. And just envision your immune system getting stronger, and imagine and envision a healing white light just boosting your immunity. And then imagine that white light spilling over and releasing and covering everyone in your entire household, and then continuing to expand to cover everyone in your entire town, and expanding to cover everyone in your state and in your country and in the universe. Just expanding to everyone, healing them, letting go of the stress and the anxiety, and then releasing that and healing others, and just bringing in that feeling of connectedness and hope and healing. And just sending prayers of healing, love, and light to all of those who are struggling right now. Just sending them healing energy, love, and light. And just tune into this frequency, this high vibration of love, of healing, of hope, of caring, of compassion, of forgiveness, of release, of peace, of connection. Tune into that. And just allow your body and your mind to relax. And just see our collective humanity coming out stronger, deeper, more connected on the other side of this, more compassionate, kinder to one another, living a more positive future, creating a more positive future for our children, coming together through this pandemic to get this under control, so that we're not continuing to lose people that we love and care about, keeping our own selves safe, being responsible for not just ourselves, but our brothers and sisters in humanity, feeling, strong and solid in that connection to humanity, feeling strong and solid in your own contribution to healing the collective right now by healing yourself, feeling solid and strong and safe and confident in your own body, knowing that you choose the thoughts and the feelings that you have, that you can choose tapping, you can choose breathing, you can choose visualizing a healed and whole and complete planet. You can choose to take actions to mitigate your own risk and to keep yourself healthy. And the biggest thing you can do to boost your own immunity is to stay calm and grounded in faith, and knowing that all is well, even now, that all is well, and that you will be okay. No matter what happens, you can handle this. And the more that you settle into and surrender to what is, just accepting and acknowledging what is, the calmer and the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed and calmer you become, the more that you are boosting your immune system right now. And the more that you are standing solid in the collective consciousness, in seeing all of us with a boost to our collective immune systems and our collective compassion and healing and forgiveness and hope. Top of the head, just letting go, feeling safe, strong, and grounded. Feeling safe, feeling strong, feeling grounded. Good. And just go ahead and stop tapping and take a deep breath in. And just tune in and notice how you feel now. Tune into your body again. Tune into the sensations in your body. Tune into how you're feeling. Notice the sense of calm in your body. Notice how you feel in your own mind and what you say to yourself in your own mind now. And just once again, tune in and then measure on a scale of 0 to 10 once again what your number is at right now. If it were at a 5 before, where is it at now? If you're joining late, no worries. Go ahead and save this video. Share this video to your timeline, and that way you can come back to it at any time. It'll be right there in your timeline, and you can come back to it at any time. But this may be if you are somebody that's struggling with anxiety, with grief, and please share with me what your number is now, by the way, what it's come down to. And if you could share with me what it was in the beginning and what it is now. So go ahead and please catch the replay if you haven't already, down to a 3. Good. So keep sending. I don't see what the comment is that says, I'm sorry to hear this. Oh, Bryn. Oh, it must be responding to Bryn. Sending each other love and light and strength. So what I want to encourage you to do is keep working on you right now, y'all. Keep grounded in your own faith and trust in knowing that no matter what happens here, we will be okay. Keep doing your own work, digging deep, peeling back the layers, acknowledging the feelings that you're having, not avoiding them or pushing them down or eating them or drinking them, right? And keep leaning in and doing this. So I know this ended up turning into sort of a mini masterclass, I guess, but apparently I was channeling my stepdad today, and apparently this was a healing that I felt like someone needed today. So whether that was you or whether that was someone else, apparently this was something that someone needed today. So let me know if this was something that was helpful for you, again, whether you're watching live or on the replay. And if you didn't catch in the beginning, I was sharing that I lost my stepfather last night to COVID. And so, what we just did is a process called tapping to release grief and anxiety and stress and fear and all of those negative emotions that will keep us stuck and keep us in anxiety. So again, share this out. Share this to others that may be struggling right now, and that's a lot of people. That's what I can tell you. If you need help, if you need support, please reach out. Not only am I a coach, I'm also a clinical therapist of 30 years. So, thank you for being you, my dear. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for showing up and for just being with me, because what I know is that sometimes I go live and I teach because I know that whatever it is that I'm speaking is what I actually needed to hear. So thank you for being here for me today, because I'll go back and listen to this replay because I was curious to hear what I was going to say to myself, because I needed to hear all this myself. So that healing was powerful for me. All right, peace and blessings. If you are not already in one of my groups and you'd like to join that masterclass tomorrow at 1:30 Central, go ahead and join. I'll put the link in here in just a moment. Just stay grounded in faith, y'all. We will get through this. We will get through this. But we got to do our part to stay grounded in faith and knowingness, and do our part to use the tools that we can to keep ourselves grounded in peace and calm. That will help boost our immunity. That will help raise the collective consciousness, and it will help raise the collective peace. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate it so much. All right, y'all, peace and blessings to you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. What I want to encourage you today is to reach out to one other person today. Let me know if this was helpful for you, by the way. And I want to encourage you to just reach out to one person today. Just reach out to someone today and say, hey, how are you? I see you. I'm here for you. What do you need? Because so many people are struggling and in pain right now. And we really got to be there for each other. So let's do that today. All right. Peace and blessings, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.